Block Boy Radio.
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 So you decide to go back because they make you come back.
Yeah, they made me come back.
And you go back into the hood.
Yeah, so I decide, here I go, instead of all the fucking places I could look for, I ended up moving back into the hood.
Why?
I'm guessing comfort, wouldn't it?
Because, it was not too far from my mother-in-law's. Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law still stays on Oxnard in Tahunga. But at the same time, it was because it was the hood. You feel me? Like, there's no other...
You wanted to go there.
Yeah, I wanted to go back there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so we get the spot right there on Clybourne. It's Clybourne Apartments. And, I get a little job in Radio Shack. I'm fucking working at Radio Shack in L.A. On 3rd and... Vermont, I think it was.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm taking the metro. At that time, I was taking the metro out there and fucking coming back. And life wasn't as easy no more because, when we came back, we're like, with your check, Wendy, when we move back, we'll be good. We'll have the rent and shit. And if I get a job, we'll be set, we'll be good. And no, it wasn't like that. First of all, the taxes in Nevada compared to California are way different. When she got her first paycheck and she was like, what the fuck? Like they tax you almost double what they tax you out there. So one, we didn't have enough money for the fucking rent now. Two, Radio Shack is not fucking paying me, fucking good money and shit. So what do? Fucking slang dope. You feel me? So, and moved back 2009. By 2011, we had been evicted from our second apartment and we're living in the streets. And this is January 2011. We're driving around one day, and me and Wendy are arguing. And we pull over right there in Pacoima on Paxton. And we get into an argument, a discussion. And somebody calls the cops. And by that time, we started arguing, yelling, screaming, the whole fucking,
Are you guys under the influence?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are the kids with you guys?
The kids are with me in the backseat, yeah. Yep, Carlos.
Recipe for disaster.
And my two oldest kids, their grandma lived around the corner from there. We might have been going there or coming from there. I don't remember, but the kids end up leaving, walking to grandma's. And by that time, I'm gone. I'm gone with my two other kids. At the time we only had 4. We had the 2 older ones and 2 younger ones. And I make it all the way to Van Nuys, right in front of the projects. I'm sitting at a bus stop with the kids, and boom, here comes a police cop car, and he's all like, "Yo, Santizo?" I was like, "Yeah." "Put your hands up." I was like, "Fuck." And fucking, I didn't hesitate because I had my kids with me. I wasn't going to make it an issue, And they're like, long story short, they take me in for domestic violence. My girl had when we were in the car, she had her seatbelt on, so like, you getting a little physical, you feel me? I'm pushing her or whatever, and so she got fucking seatbelt marks and shit. And they take me in for domestic violence, and whatever. I go to court, plead guilty. They release me, and boom, they get a knock. Well, I don't even know where they came to because I don't. The DCFS. I guess they came to my mother-in-law's house. I don't remember how or where, but they got in contact.
They found you guys.
They found Wendy, and the kids, and they're like, yeah, they've opened up a case, and for child endangerment, and I forgot what the charges were. Or what it was.
Did they have you guys drug test?
Oh, yeah.
Did it come out positive?
No.
So they were just opening up a case on the DV incident?
I had DV, and then I had a weed pipe. I remember that was another thing, So I had weed on me or whatever, and
This 2011.
2011.
Okay.
Yeah, way before fucking.
So a weed pipe, they're tripping like, what the fuck? Because that shit is not even legal.
And mainly the domestic violence. Me and mom are fighting in front of the kids. I always said this. Having DCFS come into my life was probably the worst. Getting my kids taken away was probably the worst thing that could ever happen in my life.
That's rock bottom, you think?
No,
that's not rock bottom.
But it was probably the best thing that could happen in my life too. If you kind of understand what I mean, So they didn't take him right away, They opened up a case.
Okay.
And then...
and they leave him with you guys?
They
With you and Wendy?
With Wendy, I can't come around them now.
Okay.
I can't come around them. That's the rules. Unless there's a supervised monitored visits and shit like that, you know. We go to court one day to try to, I guess, to follow up. And, you know, this whole time, me and Wendy are still not doing good. We're still fighting. We're still fucking, you know, drama, you know. And I guess my mother-in-law had told the social worker that I was still coming around the kids. So when we go to court, we're thinking we're good, you know. Hell no, bro. They took the kids
From Wendy.
They took the kids from Wendy, you know, and then you know, having no kids, you know, I mean, now if that shit was to happen to me today, they take my kids, you better believe I'm getting them back ASAP. You get me? Like in the right state of mind, I'm doing what I got to do to get my kids back within the fucking next court date, you know. But being under the influence and being vulnerable, you know, to fucking drugs, I wanted my kids back, but I couldn't do what they were asking me to do, you know? Yeah, I signed up for the classes for domestic violence, for anger management, parenting, drug testing, you know, and but it took me 18 months to get my kids back. 18 months, dog. And to top it off, the day that I go to court for my kids, just to paint a picture of how things were going for me still. The night before going to court to pick my kids up after 18 months, I go to jail. I got a carload full of homies. I go to jail that night, and I had to bail out just to make it to court in the morning.
Damn.
You know? Now, those 18 months, the first few months, you know, we had no, I guess it might sound fucked up, but we didn't have no responsibilities anymore. So we fucking ran amok, you know? We didn't have no kids. And our drug usage went up, you know? And it took us a few months to finally get it together. She got pregnant again. Wendy got pregnant again. So now it's like, fuck. We got to fucking get it together. If not, they're going to take this baby away too, you know? We ended up getting an apartment on Oxnard and Lower Canyon. And you got the social workers coming, you know, we're doing the testing. You know, by that time, I already know how to work the system, you know? It's random drug testing, but at the same time, I kind of know you got about 10 days per fucking test. So as soon as I test, I'm getting high right as soon as I leave the fucking place, you know, and I'll go for a little 4 or 5 day run, and then I sober up. So when I test again, I'm clean. You know, Wendy's not testing, I'm testing. You know, and you know, the relationship was still fucking. It wasn't good, you know. It was bad.
But you guys were still together.
But we were still together, and we were painting a pretty picture. So when the fucking social worker come to the apartment, it looked nice. As soon as she leaves, yeah, come through, dog. Fucking pull up. You know, roll up. You fucking who you with? It don't matter. Just bring it. You know, the house was a fucking trap house. You know, fucking getting high all day, all night.
And you have all 4 kids with you guys?
No, the kids weren't with me. They would come for visits.
Okay, monitor.
You know, monitor visits, or we would go to them. Some of them were staying in Palmdale, another one in Altadena, and one of them in San Fernando. So we used to fucking go see them. You know, do our visits. You know, and then you know, work the system for a little bit. I remember our fucking social worker. We were like one of her first caseloads. You know, and after we were done with all of that, she's like, "Man, I've learned so much from you guys. You know, you guys
Played me, yeah.
Gotcha. They fucking me and you know, they'd come thinking I was working in a fucking. I remember the way I got my apartment was I threw on a fucking fake, well not fake, it was a real Ford, fucking dealership uniform from the mechanics, and I went and I fucking asked for. He never even asked me for a fucking job of fucking check stubs or nothing. He just assumed I was a fucking mechanic. Yeah. So he gave me an apartment, you know, and that's how I got my apartment. I fucking hustled that fool to fucking give me a fucking apartment, you know? It got to the point...
Looks have a lot to do with
it. Yeah, you walk up in there, you look the part, you fucking, you know, you do a lot with that, you know? And so 18 months go by, we finally were... The day's coming, it's getting closer, you know, the kids are coming home, you know? And like I said, I went to jail the night before. Fucking, I made it to court the next day. I got my kids, brought them home. But they came home to a fucking broken home, you know? They didn't come home to a fucking, you know, a good home. And this was in... was it say August, September? By November, me and Wendy had split up. I had my own spot, and again, you know, the fucking house that I lived in. It was always the spot, you know.
Trap house. Yeah.
I fucking had the blinds open, and here comes a social worker, and I see her walking.
Unexpected.
Knocking on my door. And I'm
got him.
Fuck. The house smells like weed. I got fucking bottles everywhere. The homies are fucking getting high in the bathroom.
All 4 kids.
One kid at the time. Those were at school. They were at school. Okay. I only had the baby.
Even worse.
You know,
A
and
little
then
one,
she
huh?
walks in and she's like, "Are you?" I got people sleeping. It was a studio. It wasn't even a room. There's people sleeping on the fucking floor. She's like, "Miguel, like, what is going on?" Like her heart broke. You know, like
Yeah.
really, like motherfucking, like you just got your fucking kids back. She's like, "I can't walk away from this. I can't. I'm sorry. Like as much as I want to, I can't turn around, Miguel, and act like this isn't going on." And I was like, "Fuck!" So she grabbed my
It
baby.
was that same social worker?
Yeah. She grabbed my baby and she fucking took him
Like on the spot.
on the spot.
She didn't call her supervisor?
Nope. And when they picked up the kids at school, I'm sure she talked to somebody.
Okay.
You feel me? Like my mind at the time wasn't fucking. I just knew I had fucked up, you know. And I was like, "Fuck."
They caught you.
So a second time.
Second time.
And you only had them for like
like
3 months?
Like 3 months.
And
dog.
rap.
So if it wasn't for that unexpected visit, you could have continued to
Continue the same lifestyle. Yeah. Because I felt like I could get away with it.
because you were getting away with
I
it.
was. I got away with it the fucking first time, and I was like getting away with it then, you know. And again, you know, that's probably the best thing that could have happened because, you know, now it took me 18 months to get, you know, the kids back the first time. The second time, fuck, I think I went over 2 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it went over 2 years, and honestly, I you know, I ended up going to jail one day, and I was sitting in the county, and somebody's like, "Hey man, you ask for a program, you'll fucking get released and go to a program." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, you get a program, bro. Just fucking." I was like, "All right." So I talked to my bullet defender, like, "Hey man, I got a drug problem. You know, you can give me a drug program?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm going to court in Burbank. I got caught up in Burbank, and luckily the fucking judge in Burbank, his son had just passed away from an overdose, so he was real like he big on trying to help people with drugs. Now my thing wasn't trying to get off of drugs. My thing was just trying to get out of jail.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever they're like, "Yeah, you can get a program." You know, and then they're like, "We're gonna have somebody come talk to you, and they'll give you the whole rundown and this and that." And they come and talk to me, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, it looks like you qualify for a program, this and that. We're gonna send you to Salvation Army." And I'm like, "All right, cool." I get back and I'm talking to some of the guys like, "Oh, you're going to Salvation Army?" And they're like, "That's a cool ass program, but it's a Christian program." And I'm like, "All right, well, whatever, you know." And they finally release dates here, and I fucking go to the program. I get there, and it was a Wednesday. I still remember this. There was Wednesday because on Wednesdays they have chapel services.
Yeah.
Chapel services on Wednesdays and Sundays. Now for chapel services, you got to wear fucking a suit.
Okay.
So, and then they have like a whole wardrobe area, and they go and they take you to get all your clothes and shit. And then I got my clothes, whatever, and then we go to the services, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know, there's a whole bunch of singing and clapping going on and preaching and this and that, and I was like, I wasn't feeling it, bro. I wasn't fucking feeling it. I was like, "Fuck, I should have stayed in jail." You know, like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
Oh
this
shit.
ain't for me, you know?
So
like,
so you're already like, fuck this.
yeah, I was like, fuck. Like, I was like, I made the fucking wrong choice, you know? I'm fucking over here sitting down. Like, I never been to church.
Yeah.
You know? I've been to church maybe for like weddings and quinceañeras, but never to like actual services, you know? And automatically I was like, damn, I'm regretting it, you know? I'm regretting it. And
You're like, damn, I think I'd rather be at church than, in jail
yeah,
than
'cause
at
in
church.
jail, there was a couple I was with the homies, and I was fucking, you know, it's easy. You fucking, here at the Salvation Army, you got to wake up at fucking 6 in the morning, get up, get ready, and go to work. You know, and then from after work, you got to do classes, and you got to go to church, you got to do Bible study, you got to do this, they keep you busy, bro.
Different program.
Yeah, and in the first 30 days, there's absolutely no contact with nobody. Like,
Damn.
Yeah,
Like
you're
strictly locked down.
You could write people, but you can't call nobody, you can't exit, you can't leave, you can't do that, none of that, you know? And
Is the Salvation Army that helped you change though?
So-
Or
it did, you know.
What part of it of the
So,
Salvation Army?
I get to the Salvation Army in August, and then I remember again thinking like, "Oh, this ain't for me. Fuck this place," you know. But I didn't leave. And then because I had nowhere to go. Really, I didn't have nowhere to go. You know, at that time, prior to getting busted, I was like, I had nowhere to go no more. Like I had like
burn all your bridges?
burned bridges. You know, I wasn't the type to do people dirty, but I was like.
They just
It's
didn't
just-
want to have that.
Yeah, I just like that's it. Like either I'm gonna go. It just wasn't nowhere for me to go. You feel me? And
Yeah.
at that time, I had no more. I felt like I had no hustle. I remember roaming the streets, and I was like, "Fuck! Like this is my life. Like I lost my kids. I lost my family. I lost my wife. I lost everything. Like this is who I am now. Like a fucking bum, straight up. You know, a fucking bum on the streets. No money. I remember I see one of my boys every now and then, and we joke about it. I'm like, "Hey, fool! Remember we used to go halves on a knapsack?" He starts laughing and shit, you know? Like, straight up. We used to call it Dope fucking Connect and be like, bring us a 5 sack. They're like, what the fuck, a 5 sack? Motherfucker, get $10 at least, you know? Anyway, I can't get $10 right now, fool. Bring me 5. You know?
I'm paying you in quarters, homie. Take it or leave it, perro.
And fucking, so yeah, fucking, I had nowhere to go. So, you know, I decided to stay. You know, not by choice, but like I was like, it's just no other options. And then
So you're still using while you're in the Salvation Army treatment plan?
No.
Program? No,
right there, they're testing you.
Okay.
They're
So
testing
you're
you.
already having this thought process of like, what the fuck am I doing, homie? I'm a bum.
Yeah.
I got no feria.
That was prior to getting to the Salvation Army. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I got
But you're still
busted.
using when you're having that thought process already.
Yeah, I'm still
still
using.
using?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'm using in jail, you know, and fuck. You know, but when I arrived there, they're like, "Oh, you better fucking, you can't. We're gonna random drug test you every now and then."
So
you know?
they had a tight leash.
Yeah, they got a tight
like-
leash, man. A lot of people fucking hate that place because it was such a tight leash that they just get up and go, you know. But I feel like I didn't have another fucking option. So 30 days are up, and you know, hop on that phone, boom, call Wendy. Where's she at? You know, our relationship, we weren't even together, you know, but still, you know, that's my fucking baby mama. I'm gonna call her, you know. And it's funny because the Salvation Army's in Canoga Park, and she was literally down the street. She's on fucking Reseda, and Roscoe, like maybe 2 miles away. You know, one of the days that I'm fucking walking out, because you could go out smoke cigarettes and shit. I'm going out to smoke a cigarette, and I look and I hear Miguel, and I turn around and there's fucking Wendy across the street, and I was like, get the fuck out of here! You're gonna get me kicked out, you know? Get the fuck out of here.
No visits?
No visits, not yet, not the first 30 days. And then, so the 30 days gets there, and I'm calling her, nothing, no answer. And I was like, fuck, all right, like, you know? And then, boom, I was like, something happened, you know? Because she would have answered already.
Yeah.
And then, so at the Salvation Army, they got truck drivers that go and pick up fucking donations. And my job assignment was fucking issued to be a helper. So I'm going on these truck routes with these guys, the drivers. So on one of the lunch breaks, I tell the driver, like, hey, man, you think you do me a favor? He's like, what's up? They're like, can you check something on your phone? So he checks up Wendy's name on the fucking inmate search list. Sure enough, she was busted. Her bill was like, high. Fucking high. I was like, damn, what the fuck she do? She fucking run somebody over or what? Like, I forgot how much her bill was, dog. And I was like, damn. And I think I got a letter from her, and sure enough, she was busted, and she was looking at some time. She was looking at some time, and then honestly, I think that's what fucking helped me to stay there, because if she would have been out, you know, a lot of these guys that were there, they would get out when they were able to get a chance to get out, and they would go see their girls, you know, and I would have gone to see my girl definitely, you know, but fucking Wendy's getting high though, so eventually I'm gonna fucking give in, you know. There was times prior to that where I would fucking go sober up, but you know, and then boom, I fall back into it because she didn't have to sober up, you know, she wasn't testing, only I was, you know.
Yeah.
So kids are still in foster care.
Kids are foster care.
Okay,
Yeah.
all 4 of them.
Yeah, all 4 of them, and then
They're not even together.
No, 5 of them.
5 of them at the time. Now I take that back. This time they weren't in foster care. This time they were with family.
Okay.
So I think that's why the pressure to try to get them back wasn't as much as it was the first time around. You know, it was more like, oh, they're with grandma.
Yeah.
Or they're with my sister-in-law. You know, like, yeah, I want them back, but they're fine where they're at.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Like,
They're better where they're at
yeah,
right now.
yeah. So, 30 days are up. I call Wendy. She's busted. You know, start writing there, and she's looking at some time. You know, and what really helped me fucking get through the Salvation Army is the people I met there. You know, I met some fucking... Prior to the Salvation Army, man, it was a trip because I walked into the Salvation Army and I was like, what the fuck? You know, you got everything. You got fucking brown, white, Hispanic, fucking Asian. There was this fucking one guy. He was from, like, India. Like it didn't matter. I was like... And it opened up my eyes. I was like, oh, shit, it's not just in the hood. It's not just the homies that are getting high. It's everybody fucking getting high, you know? And... you know, I remember this one guy, Bill. He came in the day after me. Okay, Bill used to work for KCAL 9 back when the Lakers used to play on Channel 9.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess he was one of the guys fucking working in the bags, fucking setting up the, you know, fucking like this stuff, you know, the microphone, shit like that, you know. And when they lost their fucking contract with KCAL 9, I guess they moved somewhere else.
Fox.
His job was gone. And Bill was an alcoholic. Bill was living at the fucking bus stop.
Oh,
He's like, Miguel, I went from having a beautiful home, good ass job, beautiful wife and kids, to living at the bus stop. He's all like, you're young still. Take advantage that your kids still want to fucking run up and give you a hug. So like, my kids come and see me and they love me, but you don't feel that embrace anymore, that fucking love, you know?
Yeah.
And it hit me. Boom, it hit me because it took me back to when I would see my dad, and he would see me, and like, yeah, I give you, what's up, dad, you know? But he wasn't getting that fucking, oh, I love you, dad, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember seeing that look in his face, and when Bill told me that shit, I was like, damn, that's right, like he's speaking facts, you know, because
It was a heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah.
Like you could feel like shit's
Yeah.
real. He's giving you
Yeah.
real klecha, huh?
oh yeah, you know, and Bill, he's a white boy, man. He's fucking. I probably would have never spoken to him. He straight, he looked bummy as fuck, you know. But yeah, fucking conversations that I had with the individuals in the Salvation Army, you know, it really helps you get through it. You know, I met other cats, you know, cats that would come in and talk to us, you know, and you know they've been through it and fucking and put you up on game, you know, and try to give you, you know, words of wisdom and shit to fucking try to get out of your fucking thought process, you know, because you're sitting in there, you're fucking like. You're just thinking of what's going on in the outside world, you know? Like, you want to be out there, but at the same time, you don't, you know? So, yeah, the people that I met at the Salvation Army, I met a lot of good people that I still keep in contact with, you know? Yeah. Unfortunately, some of them have gone back and forth, you know? And then some of them have OD'd, you know? There's people that I've met, you know? And I met a variety of people there. There was this guy, Curtis. He was going to go pro on soccer. He got hurt, started taking pills. Boom, you know, led to fucking getting high on heroin. You know, this guy Cody, he was gonna go professional baseball player. Fucking got hurt, started taking pills. He fucking OD'd and died. After he got released from the program, he went home and got high and fucking died.
Shit. Drugs don't discriminate. Anybody can be a
fucking
victim.
discriminate, bro. You know, so it started opening up my eyes, and then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like my girl is my kids are scattered. You know, I'm in rehab. My girl's looking at some time, she's in fucking jail. Like this is what it's come down to, or like either you fucking step it up and fucking make a change, you know. And then there was this one guy in there who was going through the DCFS thing, and then he's like, yeah, bro, as soon as I complete this program, they're gonna give me my son back. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, my social worker told me if I complete this program, I get my kids back, my son back. He only had one, and I was like, no way. You serious? He's like, yeah. My social worker came to see me at the fucking rehab and told me the same thing.
Yours?
Yeah. And I was like, are you okay? I'm going to do it. I'm going to complete this motherfucker, you know? I went to court. I remember I went to court in November, and the judge was like, you know what? A new law passed. All your fucking things were reduced to misdemeanors. You don't even got to go back to the program anymore. And my social worker...
That's criminal law.
Yeah, and then my public defender's like, yeah, you don't got to go back anymore, so you don't even got to worry about that. All right, now I'm going to go back. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and I'm going to complete it. She's like, oh, wow, okay. So
They didn't ask you why?
I don't remember. I don't remember, but my mind was already set. Like, I'm gonna complete this shit, you know? Wendy's in jail. I got nowhere to go. My kids are on the verge. My little one was, I want to say, like a year and a half, you know? And now, when little babies and little ones go into foster care or the system, they're at a high rate of fucking getting adopted. You know, people want them.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law had custody of him, but her situation wasn't working for her because her husband lived in Vegas and she lived out here, and she was planning to move to Vegas, and she didn't want to take my son, and you know, because we're trying to fucking get him back. So in other words, he was looking at adoption. You know, once you get adopted, that's it. Like, you're no longer the fucking parent. Yeah, you gave birth to him, but that's it. You're never gonna see him again. You know, so when I talked to the social worker, I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna complete the program. I'm gonna complete it. You know, and so we started going to court. The judge started seeing, okay, he's doing this shit, getting together. You know, and they started giving me visits. You know, my stepdad started going to see me there. And in order for you to get visits or for you to leave with your family members, your parents got, or your family or whoever needs to come and take classes at the Salvation Army and do a certain amount of classes in order for you to leave. You know, so he started doing that for me.
Your stepdad from when you were young?
Yeah, he started coming to see me. And he did those classes for me. And he fucking, I remember he picked me up on Easter. It was Easter Day. And he picked me up, and we go pick up the kids, you know, and we fucking picked them up. And when it was time to go home, it was fucking, it was tough. You know, because I hadn't spent time with my kids, and just seeing them having to go home, and it's like hearing their cries and fucking seeing them how hurt they were.
Fuck yeah.
Bro,
damn.
Like, yeah, it was tough. But, you know, there was just a drive to fucking keep pushing forward, you know, and, you know, I completed it, dog, in February 2015. I completed the fucking program, and I decided to stay even longer. So there's phase 1, which is the first 6 months. Phase 2, you stay there, you get a job. Once you get a job, you're able to move into their sober living home that they have. And they hired me. The Salvation Army hired me to work at one of their stores. So I started working there. And about 3 months later, I moved into their sober living home. You know, and I'm staying at the sober living home. Now I have more access. I could get up and go now. I don't got to fucking ask for permission from the Salvation Army. And, you know, I don't got a time limit to be home at 10 or whatever. I could get up and go and see, you know, and by this time, I think I have more access to see my kids. You know, it goes from like monitor visits, non-monitor visits, and eventually sleepovers, you know, if you have somewhere for them to stay at, you know, and I think I was at non-monitor visits by now. So I started seeing my kids more, and then Wendy got out. When I was staying at the sober living, Wendy ended up getting out, and she went to a program herself. You know?
Shit.
We were writing back and forth, and you know, at first she was like, "Oh," she wasn't believing the shit I was writing. You know, she's like, "Oh, you know, you've told me before that you're gonna get it together, that you're gonna do good, that you're gonna do this and that, but you know, you're not doing it." You know, and she's like, "I gotta see," you know, and she got out. She's like, "I'm gonna go into a program too." 5th and San Pedro was her fucking program.
right in Skid Road.
5th and San Pedro, dog. You know, Skid Row, dog.
That's where her program was at?
That's where the wine guard,
The wine guard.
bro. The wine guard is fucking where she ended up at. And, yeah, that's fucking...
So you motivated her?
Yeah.
Because she saw you were really doing it this time.
Yeah, she saw that I was doing this, so she's like, I'm going to get out, I'm going to do a program too then. So, really, like, again, she probably didn't have nowhere to go. Yeah, she had moms, but she wasn't trying to really do that yet, you know? So she, got herself into a program, the wine guard, which is probably, you know, it opens up your eyes. I mean, I had known about Skid Row, but I had never been to fucking Skid Row, let alone walk in Skid Row. You know, I used to walk her there, fucking go meet up with her, and like, yeah, I don't know if you guys have drove by there. I don't know if you guys ever walked by there. It's a whole different thing. You can drive by that motherfucker, and you're like, damn. When you walk by and you see motherfuckers just laid out, with needles in their hands, motherfucking shit right there, people pissing right here, people
Taking shits in front of you.
Yeah, people taking shit, you know.
I work down there, so I've seen people just, even females, like, they'll take a shit right in front of you like nothing.
You know? So that was an eye-opener right there, you know, fucking straight up, you know, and that's where we didn't want to end up. So she ended up completing her thing. I ended up completing mine. And, you know, I ended up getting, one day she's walking out of the wine garden, and I guess they had this whole little ordeal going on where they were clearing out your fucking driving record. My shit was fucked up. I owed, like, I think, like $6,000 worth of tickets. And they were going to clear it up as long as you went over there and fucking... There was like a fucking 5-hour line wait. There was news was there. It was a big thing. And I ended up getting my license. I cleared up all my fucking debt, and all I had to do was 40 hours of community service. I had to go feed the homeless at one of the shelters. So here I am going to 4 a.m, feeding the people, and then leaving. You know, I did my 40 hours, and then went to the DMV, and they're like, "Yeah, you just cleared up. Pay this fine, and boom, that's it. You know, like $100, and got my license." As soon as I got my license, I went back to the Salvation Army, and I talked to the guy in charge. His name's Victor. I'm like, "Victor, I got my license." He's like, "All right, let's get you on the truck."
That's right.
I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So fucking, I started driving trucks for the Salvation Army. So here I am, you know, fucking, I was a fucking helper, fucking working at the store, and now I'm driving the trucks, and now I'm fucking rolling around with the guys that are coming in, you know.
Yeah.
And that was a good experience, you know, because I see these guys coming in, and it's like, I remember when I was coming in, you know. Now I've been there for almost a year now, you know. So now my mind. It takes a while for you to start thinking clearly, you know. After you sober up, like, you don't fucking sober up in 3 weeks and you're fucking good, you know. Nah, it takes a while, you know. So now I could see how people were coming in, you know, and it's like, and guys used to like rolling with me because of fucking, you know, they felt like they could relate with me, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just randoms that just got hired off the streets, you know.
Yeah.
So they used to like rolling with me, and fucking, it was cool. I really enjoyed that job, but then the opportunity came up for me to join the union, you know, and that's when I left the Salvation Army, you know, but I left in good terms. You know, I told Victor, "Hey man, I gotta leave for a week." There's this place, Communities in School, that kind of looks out for. It's kind of like Homeboy Industries.
Yeah. Which one? The one on Osborne, the one in North Hills?
North Hills.
That's right.
Yeah. So
shout out to them. They're doing good work.
Man, bro.
Communities in schools.
They
A lot of OGs.
Yeah. So what they do is they get a bunch of felons, convicts, whatever, and they fucking put them in, and they give them an opportunity. Like, look, I remember they got it was like 12 of us. And they're all different neighborhoods. We had a couple fools from Violin, Blythe, Langdon, and we're all like like we can't do shit right now. You know, we're all like, fuck, you know, we want this, you know, but we're just gonna ignore the fact that I don't like you, you know.
Yeah.
And they take us to the boot camp, you know, for a whole week straight, you know, and fucking cake past that shit, you know, fucking, and boom, I got hired, you know. It's fucking, I had to pay your fucking union dues and fees and shit, and put yourself on the list, and boom, wait for that phone call, you know. So I go back to Victor. I'm like, hey, Victor, man, I'm not gonna come back, you know. He's like, that's good, man, that's cool, you know. Fucking appreciate your fucking help, you know, and your good work and shit. And he's like, if anything, I'm happy for you. Victor was really cool, man. And
shout out to Victor.
Yeah, Victor.
Salvation
man.
Army. Damn.
Salvation Army, man.
Communities of school, Salvation Army. These resources.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
Resources that people don't know about or don't believe in, right?
Yeah.
And then we have
Or talk
proof-
shit about.
Or talk
Yeah,
shit
you know,
about, but we have
Salvation
proof right
Army,
here.
You think of Salvation Army, you're thinking of the thrift store, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people don't know.
That's what I
it's
think about.
Yeah.
People don't know it's it's a rehab, you
They
know?
do a lot of things too, no? Like medical. Something to do, no? Or medical? No.
Well, you know what, they do take care of you. I remember there was there's people, this lady that used to come she was a dentist. She used to come in there and do dental work for us, you know, no charge, you know, just because she knew that we were fucking going through it, you know. There was another lady that used to come in and help us do resumes. Some of us had never done a resume, you know, so they don't know what the fuck. And we'd fucking have like fake interviews, you know, so she would put us up on game. Once we completed the program, she would fucking kind of put us up on game on what to do, you know. Some of these guys had never fucking had a job interview, you know.
But they teach you how to talk right
Yeah,
instead of be like, yo, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
know what I mean? Ask questions and this and that, you know. Once the interview's over, don't let it be over. You have the final word, you know.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ask the last question,
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Stuff like that, you know. And so, yeah.
You're still with the union?
I'm still with the union, yeah. So this is in 2017.
Okay.
2017. I get with the union, and I'm excited, bro. You know, a little nervous if I can get that first phone call to go fucking work. And they sent me to Walnut, California. I was like, where the fuck is Walnut, California? You know?
Every time I'm on offers up looking at a badass whip, at a good ass deal, it says Walnut, California. I'm like, where the fuck is that?
Exactly. He's like the last city in motherfucking LA County. So whatever, you know, I'm excited to go. I go, and it's a 2-week job. And I get there, and I'm like, you know, busting ass and shit. And then they're like, all right, man, well, that's all we need, you know? And I was like, what? Like, yeah, we don't need you no more.
Yeesh.
I was like, but give me your number and I'll give you a call.
Okay.
And the other fools all like, they always tell you that shit. Fool don't even think they're going to call you. And I was like, fuck, all right, whatever. Go back to the union. Put yourself on the list again. And as an apprentice, you get called up faster, you know? So I wasn't out of work list like for, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. Then I get to the next job. It's 1 week job. And I'm like, fuck. After 1 week, they're like, yeah, that's it. We don't need you no more. Go back to the hall. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like my fucking like excitement was fucking getting crushed for a minute. You know, I was like, fuck, like this ain't cool. Like I need money. You know, like I'm trying to get it together here. And next job, what was my third job? I don't remember, but I know I was out of work at that time. It was coming up close to the holidays, and I'm not working. You know, and I'm like, fuck, like I want to fucking have a good holiday for my kids. You know, fucking. At least be able to show up.
You already have them all back?
No.
Not yet.
I wanted to show up with some presents, you know, and I was like, whatever, you know. I write it out. I get this job with the fucking traffic control, you know, and it's going good, and then boom, it slows down, and it's like I'm out of work fucking for weeks at a time. They're calling me for like 1 day here, 2 days there, and I was like, what the fuck? And then my wife's like, why don't we sell tacos? I was like, we had just been to a party and there was a fucking taquero there. She's like, why don't we should do that? I was like, I ain't doing that shit. I'm like, the fuck? And she's like, we should do it. And then, you know, my wife, she'll go into start researching shit. And she's like, you know, days go by, maybe a couple weeks, I don't know. She's like, look, all we need is like $500. We'll go buy a grill and that's all we can tape. And I was like, fuck, no, I don't want to do that, you know? And my ego was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And I finally gave in, you know, we needed to. I was like, we need the fucking money.
Yeah.
So, boom, I fucking buy the grill. And it's crazy because one of my tias calls me. She's like, mijo, you know, I heard you're fucking going to do tacos and shit. Oh, I called up my family. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do tacos and fucking, can you guys come test out the food, you know?
Yeah.
And they come over and then I'm cooking for them. They're like, it's good, but I'm like, what? Tell me, be honest. You got to work on those salsas.
Okay.
You know, I never made salsa prior to that, dog. You know, fucking.
So you were making the salsa. You weren't buying the little package.
No, I was making that shit.
But that's legit though. Like they're being honest to help you out.
So my wife, she's like, well, you know what? She didn't know how to do salsa. She comes from a fucking Salvadorian background, so like, you know, my mother-in-law doesn't make salsas. There's no spice in their food, you know. And she's like, but her dad's side, they're Mexican. She's like, her tia lives in Silmore. Let's go check her out. You know, we'll fucking see if she could put us up on game of some salsas.
That's right.
So we go over there, and she's like, yeah, mija, we'll fucking I'll show you that. And fucking, so she's giving us the recipe and the red and the green salsa, so we give it another run, and they're like, oh yeah, that's the one right there, you know, that's it right there. So I'm like, all right, and then boom, a gig pops off, you know, fucking my tia calls me like, mijo, I heard you doing tacos, and somebody's just canceled on them. You think I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. So whatever, we go do our first gig, man, and I'm nervous as fuck. I remember I fucking chopped up a whole bowl of fucking lemons. Like, I don't know if that's going to be enough. Fucking chop up some more. I fucking had like bowls of fucking lemons left over at the end of the day, you know? Because I don't know the proportion. I don't know how to, you know? So I'm like, I'm learning, you know? But they liked it. And then another one popped up. And then another
Word of
one.
mouth? Word of mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Word of mouth. Then my tia's like, one of my tias is like, mijo, I'm going to put you on Yelp. I was like, all right.
That's right.
So
the family's helping.
She put me on Yelp. Bro, I started getting phone calls on a fucking daily. On Yelp. And then my tias and then put some reviews on there to make it seem like, you know.
Dope.
But then now I'm getting people giving me some real legit reviews, you know, and fucking I'm getting 5 stars.
You're on Yelp and on Offers Up or no?
I'm on Yelp.
Yelp
Under Estos Tacos.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go on there and give a review.
Yeah.
So which more popular, the red or green salsa?
It's a trip. So the green's more popular.
Okay.
Prior to me doing this, I was always a green, you know. I never even tried red salsa. And then I tried the salsas. I'm like, damn, this red is fire. I never even went back to green no more, dog. I don't even touch the green anymore.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm team red, dog, all the way.
So what are some of the ingredients you add of the red salsa?
The red sauce, simple, dog. Basics. Keep it to the basics, dog. It's fucking chile de árbol, chile de California, garlic, and salt, and tomatillo.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hitting them with the California.
Yeah, the
And
California.
the árbol, that's where you get the spice, homie. The
I
árbol,
have everybody choking in the motherfucking house.
yeah, cleaning their sinuses, blowing their nose and shit.
I remember, I think one of your first, I don't know if you were one of your first ones back in 2017, 18.
Oh, yeah.
And I bumped into you in Silmar, and I was like, wait, that's Miguel right there.
Yeah, and I remember doing one for one of your friends, too.
Yeah.
Out in the
townhomes in Silmar.
Yeah. And word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
And I was like, oh, shit. And we start chopping it up. And I was like, damn. And it was good. I mean, it was good. We hired him a few times.
Yeah, no, I gotta say that shit was fire.
And the gigs kept coming. They came so much to where like I was working more fucking doing caterings than I was on my fucking regular union job. You know, I was still doing the union. It was on and off. You know, and but the caterings, mandatory. I'm doing 2 on the weekend. If I can, I'll do 4. You know, 2 a day.
How can people get at you if someone's hearing this and they want to hire you to do like a taquiza or catering?
You can hit me up on my Instagram at Estos Tacos.
I'll put it right here.
Yeah, and
someone right here.
We're learning, not down there. Up here.
Or on Yelp.
Estos Tacos.
Look us up on Yelp and under Estos Tacos, and we'll just if we have the date available. I'm up for it, you know.
So, what are some bomb ass Mexican taco spots or bomb spots that in the valley that inspired you, like to just like that are just bomb that you give props to? Because we're always trying to find out the
joint.
The
valley, huh?
Yeah.
So it's funny because like, I never really like searched for tacos. Prior to me doing tacos, and then when I started doing tacos, I really wasn't gonna go out there and look for tacos, you know. But I remember like when Tacos El Venado fucking popped off, this food blew up, you know. So like, let's go see what the hype is about. Their pastor was fire, you know. Their pastor was fire, you know.
Their promo was fire to me, because when I went over there, I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Eventually, I felt like it kind of dropped off a bit, but I was never really like out there like exploring other people's tacos, you know. But there's a couple spots like in LA that I would go, you know, after Dodger games, we'd go to Avenue 26.
Okay, I just tried that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my primo.
You know?
Villain. That fool, he put me on that spot.
Aside from that one, there was another spot out there in Montebello that my sister-in-law lives by. It's called Little Mexico. The fucking fish tacos were fire.
Yeah? Ooh.
Yeah. But, you know, I do tacos, so it wasn't really like a big thing where I was like out there looking for tacos. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like my tacos, I felt like, I want some good tacos. I'm just gonna make some tacos, you know.
Right.
There you go.
And
what do you serve? Like what you just do like tacos, or do you mix it up with other stuff?
So I do the tacos. I do the rice, the beans, you know, and then
Vegan, right? Chorizo.
Oh yeah, I got the soy chorizo
Fire.
option. I had, people kept asking like, "Hey, you got a vegan option?" I was like, "I can grill some veggies." And then one day we seen the soy chorizo at the market. I was like, "I'm gonna try this." I was like, "Hold on, let me add some to it." My wife's like, "Throw some potatoes on that shit." So I threw some potatoes. Like, you know what? I'm throw some bell peppers on that shit.
There you
Bro, I
go.
should get my mouth watery.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
People like always like when I take it as an option because they'll ask like, and it's only for like 2-3 people, and they're like, "Oh, I'll have 2-3."
Everybody fucking
And
with it.
everybody fucks with it. Yeah.
Cause dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
that shit.
nopalitos?
Oh,
You fucking with
mandatory.
tacos and nopales?
I
Salada?
I make fucking nopales, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mandatory.
You make aguas too, right?
Yeah, I was. So this funny thing with horchata, man. Oh man, it took me like 8 different batches. I'm looking recipes and I'm like, oh, this ain't the one. I'm buying fucking pre-mixed shit at the store and I'm like, oh, that ain't the shit. That ain't either. Dump it. Next one, we'll try this one. Oh, that ain't good. Dump that shit. Finally, we found a recipe, and I was like, oh, this is the one. This is the one, and fucking, yeah, the horchata, man, my horchata's fire, bro. Yeah, it's fucking,
Yeah,
and
it
I got
is.
the jamaica. The jamaica's basic. You fucking, boil the thing. You just don't put too much jamaica, then it's going to be too sour, but, add enough sugar to make it fucking just, that right there, and during the summertime, man, it's refreshing, And the
Yeah.
piña-
Hell yeah, and healthy.
Yeah, and healthy, yeah. The piña, the piña's pretty basic too, but yeah, the horchata's the one that we had. It took a little bit of fucking get it right, But once it was right,
Now, what's up with the kennels? How that developed? You know what I'm saying?
Man, so
La
that
Familia?
yeah, La Familia Kennel. I got into the dog game during the pandemic. During the pandemic,
Okay, recent.
yeah, just recently, I was like, I was out of work, but I wasn't really. I don't want to say I was like in really need for the money. It was more like
Like a hobby?
a hobby, yeah. Keep myself busy, and then
That's important.
yeah, my boy he had a Frenchie available. My uncle had just picked up a bully, and I was like, man, we should fucking breed dogs, and fucking make some money. And he's all like, yeah, we should. And then I go get a Frenchie, and I was like, he's all like, well, we need a bully for this fucking male, And I was like, well, let's go get a bully, And we fucking got our a female, and we got in the game, And
So your first litter was
our first litter was they call them bullies, which pit bulls. A lot of people still know them as pit bulls and shit. But yeah, bullies, and we had a litter of 12. And it was a wake up call. Boom, motherfucker, this is what you're getting yourself into. Taking care of 12 puppies was no easy task.
fuck.
Yeah, them fucking shit everywhere, bro. And it's like a little overwhelming at times. But we pulled through. We managed, and then we go and we buy more dogs.
So you flipped them all pretty much.
Yeah, we got rid of them. We bought more dogs. We had some Frenchies. Ended up keeping we ended up keeping 3 of the Frenchies. So, and then the Pomeranians too, man. We have a couple Pomeranians now, and
Right now they're available.
right
How
now
many
we
you got available?
I got 2 males available, 2 chocolate Pomeranians
Yeah.
available.
So make sure you hit the link
Yeah.
for the La Familia
La
can.
Familia Kennel,
Yeah.
But yeah, we got that was just recent, 2019. We got it. No, 2020 because 2019 the pandemic didn't hit till the following year, right? But yeah, 2020 we got into the dog game and it's good money in it, man. But at first I thought, okay, we gonna make money right off the bat. I'm like, we gonna make money.
Food.
Hell nah, bro.
Shots.
I think I'm still not having broke even yet.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still like down here. I'm trying to catch up.
feel that.
Because shots, fucking beds, fucking things with these Frenchies is that you gotta fucking. They're so sensitive. They gotta have C-sections. You gotta fucking have them tested before they get pregnant. You gotta fucking all kinds of shit, bro. That goes into it. But if you keep to it, eventually you'll see your fucking investment makes money. You feel me?
You're saying that you've been like, if you look back from when you started, back when you were 14, 13 years old,
Yeah.
and now that's 2022. When you look back, what do you think about like, and where you're at now? Like, what goes through your head?
I wish I would have started sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I would have had this mindset 10 years ago when I was 25. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, it's never too late. People always say it's never too late, which is not. It's never too late, But I could only imagine if we would have started 10 years ago where we would have been at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, like, we're doing good, but, like, this is not it. Like, we got bigger plans and bigger things coming forward,
Yeah. So you right now, you've been sober for how long now?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
You got pretty much your job that's union and 2 of your own businesses.
Yes.
About to open a third one.
Yes.
And then you reunified with your children, which we didn't really talk about that.
Yeah.
We kind of fast forwarded a little bit,
Yeah.
but you reunified with your
Yeah.
children, you and Wendy.
Yeah, we ended up getting our kids back, fully. For a while they were living with us, but they weren't under our custody legally. We ended up going to court for all of that, getting taken care of, and they're under our custody and our fucking.
How many kids you have in
We
total?
got 5 kids.
5. Okay.
Yeah, 5 kids. We have a 20-year-old, 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old daughter, and a 10-year-old. So 4 boys, 1 girl.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And a grandparent.
And a grandparent. Yeah, I'm a grandpa now too. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
trendy right now.
When you
Being a G.
yeah.
Grandpa.
What do you think being sober, having these jobs of these businesses of your own and this job, what has it given to you now, compared to where you were at 10 years ago? Like I've seen you travel a lot now, right?
Oh yeah.
You're married
Yeah.
and had a nice wedding.
Yeah, I got married actually through the Salvation Army. They held a wedding for us, and we went on a vacation on our honeymoon, and it was my first vacation, and I fell in love, bro. I went to Cancun, and I was like, oh, my wife's like, we got to come back with the kids, and that's where the fucking, the drive to want to fucking travel, but with travel comes expenses, without the money, you can't go nowhere, So my wife, she got on her grind. I started going to school. I wanted to continue. I wanted to become an engineer. I was like, I'm already in the field. It'll probably be easier for me to get a job. And let me just go back to school. And I started going to school. And then my wife, she's like, I want to go to school too, but she was going for estheticians. And so I kind of put mine on the back burner. And I was like, I'm gonna let you do you right now. You do it. I'm kind of set right now with the job and everything, with the catering and shit. So let me let you fucking grow, And so she started doing her thing, and then she got into microblading, and she took a class for microblading. She's like, look, I want to do this class, it's $3,000 though, and I was like, well, fuck it, do it. At the time it was like, it's probably all we had saved up, $3,000. I was like, fuck it, go for it.
Supporting her.
Yeah, and that right there opened up the door for her to fucking where she's at now, Right now she's on the verge of just opening up her shop, I've been working on it lately, in North Hollywood.
What's the name of it?
It's Brows and Lashes Are Us.
You guys got an Instagram?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It's
Brows and Lashes.
Brows and Lashes Are Us,
That's
and,
right.
She's had it for a few years now, and she's traveling, teaching girls how to do her lashes, So it was started from eyebrows, and then it opened up to lashes, and that's when really she started like, oh, you know what? There's money to be made in the beauty industry,
Oh yeah.
Girls want to fucking look pretty all the time. So
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
We like them pretty too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what? It's a good gig, man. And I'm actually myself gonna start stepping into the beauty industry too. I got a training coming up next month, and soon, ladies, I'll be doing eyebrows, ombre eyebrows.
Shit, let's go.
Yep. So once that training's in and I got that down, yeah, man. I love what I do. As far as the union goes, I work on the highway right now. I'm working on the 101 freeway, and we're rebuilding it, like 12 miles of it. I've been there for 2 years. It's a 7-year project, and I love it.
What are you doing?
So right now, at the moment, I'm working with the carpenters, and we're doing the guardrails on the side of the freeways.
Okay.
But yeah, I've worked with from the grading crew to the asphalt crew to the concrete crew to the and we pretty much I've worked every little step that the job's had. I've had my hands on it, So
Yeah.
and I like it. Good pay, good benefits. My kids got braces. My wife had a surgery covered. And
Kaiser.
everything.
Kaiser.
Everything's good on there, but it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
It takes up a lot of your time. And I'm trying to look for something that's gonna give me the freedom to do what I want. And
Be your own boss.
yeah, be my own boss. And that's the goal. That's the goal to open up, and my wife's shop should be opening up soon. And we're working on it right now. But like I said, that beauty industry, that's what we're kind of leaning towards now.
So you got the tacos, the
Got the
kennels,
tacos,
little
I got the
side.
kennels.
He's already his own boss.
Hell yeah, the stable job, the union,
A stable job,
for right
yeah.
now.
For right
And
now,
then-
I actually I got really lucky with the job I'm at right now, because I mentioned earlier, you're on and off, on and off, on and off. And it was like that even with the last company prior to that. I went a good maybe 6 months, you work, and then it slows down. first people to go are the ones that are newer, you know. But this company where I'm at right now, they've kept me 2 years in a row, dude. Fucking just nonstop work. You know, I got work tomorrow, as a matter of fact. 15-hour day, we're gonna be pulling out tomorrow, you know. And it's like, it's good. I like it, you know. But that's it, 15-hour day, dog. You know, it's fucking, it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard on your body, you know. And
you're not getting younger, so
not getting younger. Hey, I don't know how some of these senores do it, man. It's 65, fools don't stop.
Putting in
You
work.
know, these motherfuckers. I remember when I first got, because I was off for the pandemic. I was off for a while, you know. And then when I went back to work, they're like, here, we're gonna do the jackhammer, and I was like, all right. And fuck, I couldn't do it. I was like, fuck, I'm over here struggling. And then the senor's like, here, let me see. I was handling that shit. Fucking senor, like 60 years old. I was like, oh hell
Putting
no, I
you
can't.
on game.
Yeah, I was like, I can't let that shit slide. You know, I was like, oh, I gotta get on it. You know, but yeah, motivation right there. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you keep pushing. But you know, that's what I'm not trying to do. I'm not trying to be 65. Working, you know, I'm busting my ass waking up at 4 in the morning every day. But
What does success mean to you?
success, being happy and having the freedom to do what you want. You get me? I read something the other day that said, yeah, money doesn't buy happiness, but you know, with money you'll be able to have the freedom to do what you want. You get me? Like, I would like to spend more time at home with the kids, but I can't. You get me? Now, if I run my own business, I feel like I'll be able to make my own time, my own schedule. Right now, I gotta be there at 6 in the morning. I work in Santa Barbara, so that means I gotta be up at 4. You know, come back, it's 6 p.m. already. You know, but
Do you think you've reached some level of success?
I've reached some level, but not where I would like to be. Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely feel like we succeeded in as far as like getting out the struggle. You know, we're not struggling anymore, but we're still not where we would like to be. You get me? You know, we enjoy. You know, we got nice things and we're able to travel places, but you know, come 20 years from now, like I'm not set for that yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't got a savings account where I'm set. I can stop working today if I wanted to. Nah, you know, I got to keep pushing. I got to keep working. Aside from that, you know, I got these kids that are growing up.
Yep.
You know, and school is going to be expensive. You get me? Like and you got to take care of them. You know, you got to take care of them. You know, and teach them, put them up on game.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a struggle itself, man. That's a struggle in itself. That's our biggest struggle right now. You know, you know, a lot of I know a lot of people. I post a lot on my stories. You know, I'm always posting stories. You know, and even before when I was doing bad, I'd post all kinds of shit. You know, you knew when me and Wendy were fighting because you know it's all on fucking social media. Now I post all the good stuff. You know. But behind all that, there's still struggles at home. You get me?
Yeah.
There's still struggles raising kids.
Just different struggles. Because, like, the struggle before, like, addiction,
Yeah.
finding a stable home,
Yeah.
seems like you overcome that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now
Yeah.
it's just a different struggle. Now
Yeah.
you're trying to establish your own business, huh?
Yeah.
And do your own thing.
Yeah.
You know,
It's dope. Transformation.
I know you believe that you still got a little bit of ways to go, but a lot of people will hear your story and think you're successful, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're doing a lot of things on your own. You already started your own business,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't do.
Right.
So, like, what advice will you give to the people that are watching this and see, you know, they feel like they're looking up to you, like, you know, and, you know, like the people that want to start their own business and the people that are struggling and having a hard time and don't see a way out?
Now, what kind of klecha?
Just go for it. Just do it. You know. I know I mentioned earlier that my wife's the one that kind of pushes me to do it, and it is. If it was up to me, I'd probably be content with just being okay with what I got. You get me? I've always she's the one that kind of pushes us to be more and get more and want more.
That's right.
And now I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point. You know. Because if it was up to me, I probably would have stayed as the Salvation Army driving trucks. You get me? But she's the one that kind of put my foot on the door as far as the union goes. She's the one that looked it up. She's like, oh, look, this put me on the waiting list, this and that. And same thing with the tacos. She put me up on that. You get me? And now she's all like, look at the beauty industry. You know, we got to build this. And it's like, you just got to do it. You know, I see her. You know, my wife, she's a hard worker. You know, she's up late nights, you know, on the computer, fucking doing this and that, researching, you know, and I see that it's just doing it, just having, you know.
That's dope.
Sometimes we're scared to fail, but you just learn out of your mistakes. You fail, no big thing. Just get up and do it again. You know what I mean? And associate yourself with people that kind of got goals that go with what you want. You know what I mean? Growing up, you hear that you are who you hang out with.
Yeah.
And it's fucking true, dog.
Yeah.
It's fucking true. Right now, I'm struggling with my kids, and it's like, you are who you hang out with, and they don't want to seem to learn or listen to that. You get me? But just associate yourself with people that got goals for them, and set yourself some goals.
Yeah.
The other night we had a dinner with my kids, and I told them, I want you guys to set yourself some goals, man. A short-term goal, mid-term goal, and a long-term goal.
That's right.
And even as small as it can be, fucking. Any goal, and believe me, once you accomplish that little goal, you're gonna feel good about yourself, and then you're gonna want to do the next one, and then the next one, But I think a lot of it has to do with who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Now, there was when I first sobered up, it was a while before I actually went back to the hood and kicked it with the homies. Now I could go, they got a barbecue, I'll show up, and fucking barbecue and shit, and I'm out. But it took me a while to fucking because, you can easily get dragged back into shit like that. You get me?
Yeah.
I surrounded myself with a lot of guys that I met at the Salvation Army, and positive people. You out there hanging out with knuckleheads, you gonna end up fucking. You ain't gonna. Yeah. Nothing is gonna come out of it.
And it's good that people hear that, especially someone that's gone through it. Like you said it. You were going 250 on a 5-sack. Like, you can't and living on the streets, right? Like you didn't have no place. So it's good to hear from someone that's been there, done that, and now you hear their experience. Because I could be like that. I could tell some kid like, you are who you hang out with, and they won't believe me because what do I have to show, like as far as struggles like that? I don't, But when people hear from other people that actually gone through it, and they hear those things, like you could relate. You're like,
more credibility.
Yeah.
Because you've been through it.
So I'm glad that you're sharing that and putting it out there like that, because people have a hard time understanding that, like if you're around people that don't have that mentality, you're going to be stuck in that mentality.
Yep. Yeah, it's true, man. And, when I went to the Salvation Army, I got into, really into the word, and, but what I got out of it the most was like, just treat everybody the same. You feel me? Like show respect, you get respect. You know what I mean? Because even at the Salvation Army, you can see the fake on somebody that's supposedly godly, up there preaching, but I can see the fakeness in you. You're cool with me, but you're addicted to that other fool. You know what I mean? And that right there, like it opened up my eyes right away to religion too. Like it don't matter if you go to church or not. You can still be a fucking dick. You're fucking reading the Bible, every verse you've read the Bible back and forth, but you're still a fucking dick, Like, and it just to me, what I got out of it was like, just love everybody and treat everybody the same. You get me? Like, just and be supportive of your neighbor. If you can help, then why not? And I do that a lot. I feel like if I can help you, then I'll help you.
Oh, that's for sure. For sure.
Like in any way I can be supportive, and I'll support you. And I don't do it to get the support back. I just do it just because.
Out of love.
You get me? Like it makes me feel good that I can help you out. You feel me? Like if I can show support in any way, I'm gonna show you support. You feel me?
He's showing support. Look.
I know. Yeah. That's what homie. He shows love.
Mad
he
love.
always shows love. Yeah,
mad
man.
love.
So and it goes a long way. It fucking opens doors without you even looking for it to open doors up. You know what I mean? And if you're struggling out there with addiction, man, that's the first thing. First, you got to get some help. There's no. I mean, at least me,
You gotta want to help too,
right?
right?
I got out of it because I needed the help, and I got the help, and then take the help. You get me? But once you can battle, take that off and fucking put that in the back burner, then you move forward, and start fucking focusing on what it is you want.
So what do you do now for like recreation? Now that you're out of that lifestyle, like what do you do for fun, mental health,
self-care,
recovery,
cuidarte?
Fuck. So, I was coaching my kids, a
seen
few
you.
years ago,
Somewhere.
I haven't been able to coach now just because my schedule is really busy. But, you know, that was a good thing. It was a good gig, you know. Now you know, my son's season just ended, and dude, you know, watching these games, it's like, I don't know if you guys ever been to, you know, rec ball, basketball, you know, and it's like these
intense.
kids, yeah, it's intense, bro. You know, and you do stuff like that, you know, with the kids, go out with them, you know, and I've done different things. Like we were doing this one thing with my kids, where we would go out with them individually, you know, and then and because you know, growing up in a household with 5 kids, you know, they never get their individual attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I learned this at the Salvation Army. Some guys are like, Miguel, you know what you should do? He's all like, you know what I like to do? He's all like, I like to take them out individually. You know, I'll go out with my daughter. You
That's
know,
needed.
Have a day with her. Then I'll go out with my son separately. You know, and I was like, oh shit, you know, that's good. So I ended up doing that. You know, and it was a good experience. You know, I've kind of fallen off of that. My kids are always like, Dad, when are we gonna do that again? You know, and it's like,
They're addicted.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
dope. They like that
Yeah, they
attention.
like that,
Giving
yeah.
that attention one on one.
yeah.
I mean, if we don't give it to them, then some, you know,
Yeah.
the wrong crowd, the wrong people could give it to them.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But yeah, man, that fucking eating out, man, going out, you know,
Yeah.
Some
dining
bomb
out.
ass grub.
Yeah, bro. Me and my girl, we like to explore different things, you know, and just go out there trying different things and shit.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
That's
but
dope.
yeah, man. I wish I had more time to do different things, you know. But bike riding, you know, there was a little few months where we were really into bike riding. You know, I'll take the kids bike riding. We'll go bike riding. You know, I was going mountain biking with Victor and another guy from the Salvation Army. That I don't know if you guys ever been bike riding, mountain biking, but you got to do it, bro. Yeah. It's a workout. You got to fucking kind of work your way up there. You know, go on a bike. You know, go for a few miles and then work your way up there. And once you get up to, you know, you feel confident and hit those mountains and you'll see. I ate it one time, man, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
dope.
It's fun, man. Just different activities, man. You know, and that goes back to wanting to have that freedom to be able to do stuff like that. You get me? Yeah, stuff like that. You know, I would love to do more things. You know, last time I took one of my boys to a pin convention. You know, just me and him.
Pin convention?
Pin convention.
Oh,
You know?
Those
dope.
pins that you put on? Yeah.
Wow.
That shit was dope, man. It was dope. You know, and it's like you see all kinds of shit. You know, and fucking again, you know, go in there and support. You know, a couple people, and then I still keep in touch with some of the people that I met there. You know, and it's like, yeah. You know, stuff like that, man. There's a lot of things that I would love to do, but just don't got the time to do it now.
But you got a big trip coming up.
Yeah.
I seen you at the gym the other day and you were getting it.
Yeah.
Where you going?
2 weeks, we're going to Costa Rica.
That's what's up. Talk about having something to look
Costa
forward to.
Rica.
You're gonna love that place, man. That shit's dope.
Yeah, man. I've been looking at pictures and it's like, man, I went to Guatemala.
Try the food, bro. The food out there, you have to try the local food.
Oh man, I'm trust me. My wife wants to go to Thailand just for the food, dog. She said, I seen this thing on TV. She's like, we gotta go to Thailand. I was like, all right, I guess we'll go. But
Fuck it.
Goes,
just
man.
for the food, you know.
That's
Like,
good.
that's our big thing, man. We be eating a lot, you know. We go out and eat and shit at different spots, you know. As a matter of fact, just coming before here, I tried a new spot right here on McClay. I forgot what it was called, man. Baja Fresh or something. Not Baja Fresh, but
Mariscos?
yeah. So it's funny because I like mariscos, like ceviche and all that. Like I'll pass on that, but like any other mariscos, I'm all up for it, you know. But
Alright.
yeah, have me some fucking what is it, shrimp taquitos and shrimp tacos and shit.
Dope,
It was
dope.
cool, yeah. But yeah, bro, it's just the stuff like that, you know, that we didn't do before, you know.
Yeah.
Before fucking we did other things that was a good time and it wasn't, you know. Now, yeah, we enjoy doing shit like that.
That's what's up, man.
I love talking about flipping the script, man. Much props to you. You got a long journey, bro. From like you're talking about like some shit like fucking sleeping in the streets and
Oh yeah.
being unstable to now where you're at, man. Fuck,
Yeah, bro.
inspirational,
It's
man.
been a-
Keep
it's
it
been-
going.
It's been a rough road, you know. It's been a rough road, but you know, it's I think it's put me where I'm at right now. You know, it built me to where I'm at right now. You know, I don't know if without having that rough road where I would be at. You know, because you know, it keeps that drive going as far as, you know, just keep moving forward. You know,
Yes, sir.
knowing that we can do it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You know, that I was talking to my boy the other day too, and I was like, you know, you can do it, dog. You just gotta set your mind to it, you know. And it's doable, man.
Yeah.
It's doable. You know, it was hard for me to get good jobs because of my background. You know, there's people out there ain't got no background, you know. It's just all about fucking making that resume and shit. You know, my wife building resumes for a lot of her friends and shit. You know, it's that resume can go a long way. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The
Hey,
good
man.
thing that right now they're doing a lot of advocacy for rehabilitation and inclusion. You know, with the Band the Box. I don't know if you heard those, but basically like where they're fucking like you can't even check a person's background until they officially offer you they make you an official job offer. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are being legally discriminated against.
Oh yeah.
You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Like because of something you did 10 years ago, they're holding
Yeah.
that against you,
Yeah.
even though that might have nothing to do with with the job. It might not be able to interfere with the job position or qualifications. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, man. Both. I remember my wife got hired through a bank, HSBC, and some shit she did in fucking. I guess she got caught stealing in Target when she was like 15. Like
as a
really?
minor,
Yeah, as a minor. So they let her go because of that. You know? Yeah. But yeah, man, fucking, it's doable, man. You know, you just got to set your mind, and again, just surround yourself with positive people, man. You know, that's what it is.
Hey, man, I gotta appreciate you coming out and sharing with us and going deep with us because you know a lot of people sometimes don't feel comfortable sharing those type of things. But thank you for coming out.
Oh,
and
thank you
giving
guys,
us,
man. I appreciate you guys, you know, extending the offer to come up here.
Hell
Man,
yeah.
at first I was like,
we need some realness.
you know, I was a little hesitant. You know, last time I ran into the American Cholo, and he's like, "Yeah, we got to get you on the podcast." I was like, then I started looking at the people he had on the podcast. I'm like, "Oh man, I can't. These guys are fucking top dogs and shit. You know what I mean? Big things in the community and
That's
shit like
right.
that. You know." But I was like, I felt flattered. You know that somebody would want to fucking put me on their podcast and shit. You know, and I appreciate you guys for that. You know, I got to, you know, I met you not too long ago, and it's like the vibe I get off of you guys is fucking, it's dope. You know.
Likewise.
Yeah, coming around you guys is, you know, good times.
Likewise.
always, man.
Always,
Appreciate
man.
that.
Hell yeah.
Hey, can you tell us one more time your 3 followings, where to go for?
Yeah, so as far as catering goes, you can hit us up at Estos Tacos and on Instagram. And as far as our dog kennel page is La Familia Kennel. And then for my wife's page for the eyebrows and lashes, it's brows and lashes are us. It's brows _ N _ lashes _ R _
Yeah, we'll put it up.
Let's
we'll
go.
put it up right here.
That's right.
Yeah. But
Keep it moving, hustling.
you know,
Yeah.
And then soon to be, I'll have one too for brows. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a name still for myself, but
That's right.
yeah, I'm gonna have another.
It gotta be like a guy dope
exactly.
name.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. Something to do with brows, and you know, yeah. I'm trying to get something catchy. You know.
So you'll be doing guys and girls, whoever wants to fucking get
whoever
down.
wants to
Because a
fucking
lot
get
of guys do that shit
yeah.
too. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Other
yeah?
guys do it too. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that. I got too many brows.
Yeah.
I need to trim this
I
shit.
ain't
Your first
got
client right
I ain't got
here.
No problems with that. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, appreciate it one more time, man.
All right, man. Thank
And obviously, we'll be in touch. And hey, follow him, support him, try his tacos, hire him. Trust me,
fire.
trust me, you won't regret it. And the links will be below on the comments, and they'll be up here. Follow up here. So hey, appreciate it.
Follow me at mig.santizo.
That's right.
There
That's
you
a
go.
personal one?
Yeah, it's my personal
There you
one,
go.
man. You can see my stories and shit like that, you know?
We'll put that
There
shit
you
up.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Not a lot of people like sharing the personal one, but there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
We'll
Go.
put that up there too.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you one more time.
sir.
Hey, Block Boy.
Block Boy Radio.
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 Block Boy Radio. Block Boy Radio.